I mean, in regards to the question that was on the panel, it said, why is everyone excited about the re-emergence of post betting? And I think, I mean, it's a very vague question because you've got punters, you've got operators, and you've got affiliates. And it's relevant to each sector in completely different ways. So, I mean, obviously, it is exciting for punters. It's a lottery mentality, very small stake, potential big win. As for operators, it's, you know, as you said, Lloyd, it's a lower bet slip value. So really, you need to get a lot more of those bets in to actually make any kind of decent return. And as an affiliate, we are more interested in lifetime value. So it's not really a big win for us. I'm not sure how much it is for the operators. It's more for the actual customer that's participating in pool betting.
I guess it's a you could get a high margin product off of pools bet. So it's kind of like doing a pari-mutuel or whatever else. I mean, you could just start to go and, you know, really take a lot of money out of the pot. If you look at it from a lifetime expected value proposition, who here runs jackpot meters on their site? You know, things that say how big the progressive is. Anyone? No one? Just one? I suppose you could do the same thing with the pools betting as well. You could have pool betting meters as well as the progressive jackpot meters. And I mean, that's a good converter. Is that that must be one of the top converters on your site? We run them on one of our sites, Online Casino News as well. And it's probably our number one, you know, method of getting click-throughs. So, you know, from the sports betting angle, I guess there's some, you know, serious interest in it. Another little technology that affiliates are using now are, you know, banners that automatically update themselves with live odds. Are any of you guys using that? And what are you finding that does for click-through rate and, more importantly, for conversion?
We use them quite extensively, but again, it really depends on what media channel you're going for. If you're going for like a live score or live sports or somewhere where you have a lot of dynamic updated information, they tend to work very well. But you tend to pull in savvy punters from those types of places anyway, so your margins get squeezed when you talk about lifetime. But from an acquisition point of view, they're very strong. We do also run those types of banners on Aftonbladet, which is a big national daily in Sweden, and we have seen good results from that. We tend to try and mix it between the ambassadors that we have, which are famous Swedish football players or ex-football players, and the live odds, and we tend to try and mix the message between the two, and it tends to work very well. Yeah.
Personally, as an affiliate, I do try and get all of the bookmakers to send over remotely updating banners that ideally feature live odds. For a number of reasons, obviously, remotely updating it keeps it current. You never need to worry about any out-of-date banners, especially if they're event-specific. Saves a lot of time and resources. And having live odds as well, it's far more eye-catching. It's a call to action. And if you've got a great landing page, which takes you straight to the bet slip or the market, it's cutting out the whole process for the punter to actually place money with the bookmaker. So, yeah, I mean, I think they're definitely a way forward.
Who here is a sports betting affiliate, just by show of hands? Okay. Question in the front.
My question is more about when you got live odds on your website, a big thing right now is in-game betting. How important would you say in-game betting is over just regular people placing their bets way up front?
Is your question how important is in-game betting?
In-game betting, yeah, and in-game lines, displaying that on your website.
I mean, I think a number of operators are reporting, well, it is the growth area in sports betting, obviously. It's arguably the growth area across all channels. I think a lot of operators are reporting the fact that over 50% of their sports handle is now in-game betting. You know, a lot to do with the wider broadcast now that the likes of Sky TV and ESPN, Setanta before that, have us, you know, in terms of broadcasting live games. You know, there's just so much product out there. Every day of the week there's product. I think sort of linking the two questions together, within an in-running betting experience, people are looking for dynamic features. You know, it's a live product. I think a lot of operators thought that the future of in-running betting would be interactive TV, and it still might be. It's just the technology is a little bit too clunky at the moment. It's too slow. So the user experience at the moment is people are sat there with a laptop or a desktop and the game on a TV, and you know, they want something that's dynamic, something that's looks sexy to actually bet through. It's an entertainment activity at the end of the day. And I think what a lot of operators are coming to realize is, there may be a game that's going on that's going through a quiet period. So why not put a few slot machines in the in-running gaming console as well? But we use a particular product for serving live prices through an in-running gaming console as well, that's currently being tested and we're hoping to release next week for Bodog Europe. And I think that's where, tying the distribution of live prices into actual in-running betting and then getting it out onto third-party sites will help sort of build an overall dynamic feel to your brand.
Yeah, I think further to that question, it was one of the things, what's the future of sports betting? And I had a conversation with some of our trading team before, and the discussion that we had is that the future is very much live. The future is very much about entertainment focus as well. We've just launched recently a live streaming package that we have different live stream games in different markets. Now, when we have the ability to link up the live streaming and the live betting, it becomes much more entertainment focused. And in that sense, we definitely think that live is the future of sports betting.
Yeah, sorry, very briefly. Yeah, I completely agree with that. I've been speaking to some partners that are linking in live in-running with video content, live streaming. And I think that ties in with, the future of sports betting. In-running is very key. Technology, content-led experience is very key. So it's a good way of amalgamating all those elements through in-running. But yeah, the margins are, it's smaller margins, but bigger revenue, good for turnover. So I think it's very, very important. And there's a handful of bookmakers that do it exceptionally well, but then they cover a wide range of markets. And as you were saying, Keith, that's the way to do it. There's no point leading a customer to someone that does in-running betting, but maybe only has 5 or 6 markets within one match, because then it's obviously they're not being fulfilled, their time's being wasted. So I think you need to do it 100% or not venture into it until you're ready. And it is quite heavy in terms of time, resource, and technology as well.
I think also one thing Keith mentioned was the kind of mini games in the sports book, or mini games in live betting. And for affiliates, I think, the operators that actually managed to implement that, I think that's a great new revenue stream for affiliates as well. So.
Do you have any questions? More questions? Yes, lots. Let me start at the right. It's probably no faster for me to do that.
Yeah, thank you. I'm a professional sports bettor. I've been betting on a couple of years in that way. And my question is, during that few years, I have never came across a kind of VIP manager for high bettors like me. And my question is, instead of that, I've been given stake limits from many betting companies. Even one of these companies give me a very low limit, one of this listed. And my question is, what's your views on limiting the winning punters and punters with high turnover, high stakes?
I love this question. This is the kind of like on the Jerry Springer show where someone brings out a chair.
Are you a successful sports punter?
He makes his living doing it.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take that one first. It's a bit of a
you can take
one.
that poison chalice.
It's a bit delicate, that question, to be honest with you, because our VIP sports guys, generally, we operate in a loss. So, but we don't like to limit any of our players. And when we talk to the bookies about that, no betting company wants to limit their players. They want their players to be to bet. But we are looking into other areas. We are looking into VIP services for sports betting, not just casino and poker, which is where we've concentrated in the past. And it's definitely, it's something that we brought up recently. I think, 3 months ago, we actually started looking into this process on how do we service our VIP sports guys. Because it is a difficult situation. Obviously, there's a very high turnover coming through these guys, but our margin is so weak, and in some cases, we are actually operating in a loss. But in general, we never want to really limit any of our players.